Hello friends and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for some Software Incorporated Vanstra PC. My name is Sean, and when we left off, oh my gosh, I did so much stuff in between episodes once again. I went a little crazy. I set up a bunch of new projects that we aren't even able to start yet, so it's going to be a little while. Project Jupiter we were already working on. So I noticed that this Door operating system, Door 11, was the most recent one that we had. It's actually a console operating system, and not a PC operating system. So it's not really. I didn't buy out any competition, unfortunately, but it's something else that we can make in parallel with Joyful. Or Ecstatic, I guess, is the most recent version. So I went ahead and started up Door 12. It hasn't been assigned to anybody yet. Um, Also, there are now phone operating systems, and that's not a very crowded market. There's only a couple of pieces of phone operating system out there. So I started our foam operating system. I'm actually going to bump that up ahead. It's called Foam Corner, and that is based on a joke from a comedian named Harris Whittles, who unfortunately died a couple of years ago. But he was one of my favorite comedians, and he had a bit called the Phone Corner, where he'd read stuff off of his phone, but everybody called it Foam Corner because that's just what it sounded like he called it when he first called it that. So we got Foam Corner. And our game engines don't really run with the phone operating systems, so I also set up a phone-based game engine called BecauseFi, because one of Harris Whittles' jokes was Wi-Fi, BecauseFi, and so I named that in his honor as well. I do miss Harris. And then we've got some sequels for Base Simulator and Grave Tricks coming up, and I decided we should do a whole new IP. So we have an RPG game called Danny's Trial, which I guess is about the adventure of a guy named Danny, who has a not a trial like in court, but a trial as in a difficult time ahead of him. So I was looking and I saw all of these. We are not keeping up with our support. Especially like look at Magic East, we're really falling behind on Magic East. I know I bumped that up to a level 2, but I realized that we just don't have the capacity to handle all of our support, or we didn't because I went insane and I hired another 250 employees. So we went from 510 to 760 employees, I think if I remember that right. 751. So we hired 241 new employees in between episodes. And you might say, Sean, how in the world will you have 200 that many employees? Well, that's because I went through and I rearranged all this stuff. So you may remember we had two offices right here, and one of them was assigned to the OS team, which wasn't quite right because these offices only hold 14 people, and we had 15 people on our OS team. So I bumped this up because it's going to be getting even bigger. And this is the underground room. That hasn't changed, although these really, so those, oh, staff is unable to reach that laptop. Give me a break. What's in the way? A chair? Come on. Are they facing the wrong direction or something? It'd be easier to know what the problem is. Yeah, that's just wrong. Like, stop lying to me, game. Anyways, heading upstairs. So I rearranged stuff. I reassigned our meeting rooms to actually be assigned to teams. Not that it really matters. And we still have all of our leader offices just open for everybody. On this floor, I decided to go ahead and install a second kitchen, so we have additional food up here, and then I set up a giant meeting room for the operating system and also for the 00 teams, the 0 teams. If they want to meet up, they can have a meeting room up here on the, what is this, the third floor or the fourth floor? Third floor. If we go to the fourth floor, this hasn't really changed. I reassigned some of the teams and stuff. I think this used to be support. If we go up to the fifth floor, now this floor is really not being used right now, but I didn't want people just wandering around and using these rooms, so I went ahead and, you know, the 00 teams can use these rooms if they want, so they get a lot of space. They have their rooms in the basement, and then they have these rooms also. These rooms are just open meeting rooms, so anybody can use those, and of course we have a bunch of leader rooms up here. But up here is where we get to the real excitement. So these top 3 floors are for our new support teams and marketing teams. So they've got double-sized offices where they can hold 28 employees, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So I can get up to 29 people on those teams if you include their leader. So we have 3 floors of those kind of support, and then they all have supersized meeting rooms as well. That way they can accommodate their 30-person teams, basically. There's all of that. These guys are really late showing up for their meeting. The rest of your team is waiting for you in there, SO8. Oh, Ben. Hey, Ben! You're holding a meeting, huh? You really like working with your team, do you? Well, apparently all of them except for Cora Ryan like working with you. Cora doesn't seem very enthusiastic about getting up there. There's the top floor, right? No, there's the top. Holy mackerel. There's the top floor where we've got these guys working. And we have 4 floors of support and marketing working up here. And if we look over here, we can see that our marketing teams now have 25 people each, and our support teams have 25 people each, and we've got 12 teams of each. So that's 300 people working support, 300 people working marketing. I think I went through and I made sure that I had a leader assigned to every coding team. The OS coding team does have a leader assigned to it. It just doesn't really show up in the thing there, but they do have a leader assigned to it. Now they don't seem to have enough employees assigned to it. Let's turn that back on. Did I pull? Yeah, I pulled 2 programmers out of the coding OS team. So let's definitely get 2 more programmers in there. It doesn't really matter which ones. I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just pick the ones that get along best with everybody else off of this team. And we'll throw those onto the OS team, and then we'll take the least compatible ones out of that team. There we go. We definitely need to leave 14, so we've got 17. We're going to take the 3 least compatible. Suspicious Gopher and Mr. Jiggles. Well, sorry, you two. Not everybody can stay on part of the team. You guys are going back to the 00 team, where we have a lot of programmers that are they're not entirely idle. Hey, look at that. Web Suite is ready to be promoted. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Developed, so I guess it's not promoted. It must have always been that. Anyways, it's ready to be developed. We're going to unassign it from CD or DC. And they're going to need their own team with 4 programmers and 2 artists. Well, that'll be pretty easy to set up. Which teams do we have idle? We have a lot of idle teams. We're going to go ahead and assign that to CA. Assign CA. And we need 4 programmers and 2 artists. So we need to get 3 more programmers on there. I'll send those over. CA. And 2 artists, right? So I always like to send more people than is necessary so I can take the least compatible people off. I think I've already said that once, like within the last 2 minutes, but bears repeating. CA, there we go. And then we go to employees, and we go team. Oh, they're all pretty effective actually. So there's 1, 2, and I need 4 and 2, right? 4 and 2, great. But I can't send all of those guys back. You guys are going to C00. And then you 2 will go to C or D00. Great, done. Close, close. Check that again, 4 and 2. All right, you're all set. And that means that the DC team can start working on Foam Corner. Foam Corner needs 2 designers, so that should free up. Nope, DC has 2 people on it. Beautiful. Assign DC. Okay, and they're ready to go. DD, DA. Okay, good. These guys are all normal, so we'll be able to get some more teams working on their things. Now let's see how the support is coming along. Are we catching up on, it was Magic East? We are catching up. We're not like burning through it, so I didn't hire like ridiculously too many people. But we're really going to need, like, even right there, we're still not really quite keeping up on it, are we? Um, wow. Even with almost doubling our support team, still having trouble keeping up with it. That is crazy. And we are pushing out software so rapidly. I might have to, what am I going to do? How am I going to increase support even further? We'll worry about that when the time comes, because the time has come right now for 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Press release for Race Drive 3. Let's get that out. We don't have a lot of releases coming up anytime soon, so that'll help us get caught up on um, help us get caught up. What am I trying to say? On our support. There we go. Get a beautiful picture of our new building here. Spoiler alert. Oh, this can be promoted as well. All right, let's focus on Race Drive 3 market press release. Okay, good. Get that out. I need to have that marketing turned on so I can see that. Next up, reviews for Pratfall 2 and Coast 2 Sim. Both of those were in the high, well, they were in the 5s anyways last time we reviewed them. Pratfall 2 and Coast 2 Sim. Oh, the only ones that are actually going on. Review, outsource, review, outsource. This marketing is good with our new, why is it those things are just not showing up, huh? Marketing is good with the new new team. They're definitely spending a lot more money on marketing, which is exactly what I wanted. It's hard to spend too much money on marketing, I say. Alright, Pratfall 2, 8.3, very nice. Pratfall 2, 8.3, very nice. Still, the 3D art is the thing that, and like we have fully competent 3D artists on there too. Coast 2 Simulator, 7.9, not quite as nice. Alright, so, it is August. If we go September, October for you, November for you. And then we go November, December, February, March, April. All right. Wow, and that's it, huh? Yeah. No wonder we have so many idle programmers. Okay, and what did we push into development? Was it WebSuite? We actually pushed two things into development, if I remember properly. WebSuite and Spaceman 2. That was in August. Nope. And Townville, nope, not quite. All right, so if we go in at August, I guess that means February, right? Yeah, based on what we did with Pratfall and Coast 2. So we'll just leave those at that. Danny's trial has the wrong little code in here because that is actually for BecauseFi. BecauseFi, I set that up as a internal product, so it won't be for sale, but we will use it for, it's a game engine, so we'll use it for making cell phone games, and maybe we can corner that market, because right now there is no cell phone game engine. I went to try to develop a game for a cell phone, or you know what I mean, maybe these guys with their phone, maybe it's proprietary to them. We should probably try to buy out Fly Trial Studio. But there's no game engine to choose from. So we will have the first one and nobody else will be able to have access to it. What is Fly Trial Studio looking like in here? Fly Trial Studio is worth $78 million and I own quite a bit of it already. So I should make that my next takeover project, which will give me domination in the cell phone operating system market, which should be pretty pretty great once we get a little further into the 2000s, assuming that this uses a kind of a market modeled after reality. Don't really need those on. Oh wow, what's up with all those exclamation points? Staff isn't. Something's wrong with that. That's all I have to say. There's no reason that staff can't reach a laptop. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Are they still... And like, yeah, boy, they are... Not having the problems on the upper floors. That is bizarre. Alright, well, I'm not going to worry about it. It is the next day. Oh, we made $75 million yesterday. We could just about buy out that company we were just looking at. Yes, I'll accept your $3,000 raise. Yeah, nobody should be concerned about noise. Don't give me that story. Now, how do we have... How are you guys idle? None of you should be idle. How do you, somebody told me that if you hit the spacebar, it will go to that employee, but that is not the case. If I hit the spacebar, it pauses the game. So I don't know how I can center in on the employee. But I really shouldn't have any idle employees, considering that they all have no computer available. That's just not true, buddy. You guys, like right here is your office, and there are plenty of computers available. I wonder why they do that. Was like the IT guy in there working on their computer or something? But we've got so many idle people not qualified for assigned tasks. How are you not qualified to be leader of a marketing? Yeah, that's all you're assigned to is marketing. Something's wrong there. And again, no computer available. That's wrong. You have a computer available. Well, if you're at home, you're not idle. But yeah, all of these leads not qualified for assigned tasks, that they're all marketers. If you're a lead, why are you sitting in this office? Like, you have a leader office. You should be sitting in that. Alright, well, let's not worry about those things. There we go. Let's get down to the ground floor. So many floors in this building. Let's get a team set up for Spaceman 2. Spaceman 2 needs 6 and 6. So I believe Team CB is idle. CB is idle. And we need 6 programmers and 6 artists. So we go here, go artists, but I guess I want to go this way. We will have, so all of these guys should be fully trained at this point. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. That's a bunch. And we're going to go to CBB. CBB. Go, it's for Comedy Bang Bang. And COO, which is down here somewhere, because I actually have a lot of stuff assigned to them. COO, we need 6 programmers from there, and it looks like those are the properly lined up. 3, 6, 9, CB, and here on CB, we're going to sort by team. Then we'll sort by role, and it should still have them sorted by team, or by, great, beautiful. So we need 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put these guys back to D00. And 2, 4, 6. There we go, back to C00. And there we go, one solid team that should have very strong compatibility, reasonably strong compatibility. It seems like taking off the least compatible people made everybody else less compatible, which is odd. But it's still fairly effective, compatible team. Hopefully these guys' effectiveness will go up once the lead comes back from vacation. So that's Spachemin 2, and it needs to be assigned first. Assign CB, okay. Info. There we go, 6 and 6. Great. Get those ones going. Wait a minute, so it was Foam Corner that I promoted, not... Oh, I guess I promoted both Foam Corner and Web Suite. All right, Foam Corner got promoted in August as well. Oh, you idiot, that's just being designed. I'm such a dummy. Spaceman 2 and Web Suite. Okay, good, so I did have that set up right. All right, let's look at our sales and make sure that I don't have any problems on that end. Last month, Z-Layer 5 course big hit. I'm glad it's as successful as its predecessor was. I will go ahead and order another, I mean, why mess around? Let's order another 100,000 copies. And no Sick 4, I don't quite need more of those. Don't need any more Joyfuls yet. Oh, I'm so excited. Ecstatic. Well, still 6 months till it comes out. That is weird that after Race Drive, that is our next release. 6 months from now. It's going to be a long time until we have another release. So we better continue making money off of the stuff that we do have out. I'm going to order some more Project Mars because it's selling pretty well. I'll order more Shoot 2 Bang Bang, or Shoot 2 Bang 2. Soldier Base 2020, sure. The rest of these seem to be alright. Townville 2. I'll get a little more of those, but we're going to stop at that one. Alright, great. Plenty of copies of everything. We have $84 million. So, you know, the problem with hiring all those employees is now our pension has dropped back down, so we got to start throwing money at our pensions again. But, you know, I want to take over that other company. What was that other company? Fly Trials Studio? Yeah, they've got those operating systems that I want. And it's not so much that I want them, I just want to eliminate our competition. And I can't buy them out entirely at this point. I guess I wonder if I'd just paid the total there at the very start, if I could have bought them out entirely. But that's okay, we should be able to buy them out in another month or two. And then I won't have to worry about it. No more competition. Close that market. I guess that means the DA team is available. I'm going to need 6 designers for this, and how many do I have on DA? Employees can't keep up with support for Groom. Really? For Groom, of all things. Holy mackerel. Holy... How are we getting so behind on support? Are those like super low priorities or something? Wow. Look at that. Damn. I have a ton of people working on support. Let's make sure these are all assigned. Well, you know what? Because we're just about through with the video. So I need to make sure I get all these assigned to our various support teams. I I guess I might need to hire even more support people, but we are still going to put together our design team um, for door 12. So I need 2 more design people. There's only 2 to choose from. Boy, I'm glad I bought all the support team that I did. Could you imagine if I hadn't done that? I almost didn't either. It took forever. All right, so this is going to be design A, it looks like, which will be down much further in the alphabet. There we go. Design A. We will assign, there we go, design A. 6 and 6, great. And how's the design A team? It looks like it's actually pretty strong. Yeah, everybody except Merlin. Merlin doesn't really like the rest of his team, but they're effective. Strange that it shows effectiveness 200 or compatibility 217% over there, but then I look at the compatibility here and it's nowhere near that. I don't get it. But how about I stop worrying about that? So weird stuff about the support thing. Hopefully, yeah, we've missed bugs entirely on Groom. I need to get the rest of our support. And look at all of these laptops, and look at all of our idle. Well, that's why we're not able to keep up with support. What is going on with our... Well, this is not good. This seems like a bug of some sort. Why are these guys not using their... why aren't they using this upstairs? You know what I mean? Like, support 4 and support 6. There's support 6. Like, why aren't they using their office? And support 4, well, it's one of these down here. It's got to be this one. Yeah, support 4. Like, why aren't they using their office? They can get in and out of there, right? There's no reason I can see that they wouldn't be able to get... And like, these offices have been working all along, so it's not like, and like this office has never had any problems. It's not like it's that I've changed the design and their offices that would be causing these problems. I wonder if this will make a difference. If I select furniture and assigned rooms and then replace them all. Well, I guess you can't replace them all like that. Well, that's frustrating. But we've reached the end of this episode, so we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll let me know down in the comments or click the like button. Just a reminder, I will be streaming on twitch.tv/VanillaPCStrategy on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. There's details down in the video description. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. I will see you here again real soon with the next episode. Bye!